Hello again, ladies and gentlemen, Sonic here from SEGADriven.com, and welcome back to our Sonic Amateur Games Expo 2021 coverage. In this video we're taking a look at Sonic the Hedgehog RPG in the Belly of the Beast, and this was developed by Berkley and Reggie Meisler. Now then, we've got a Sonic SAT-AM RPG on our hands here. So this did make an appearance last year as well, but we didn't get a chance to cover it. So this is actually an episodic RPG. Last year's demo, well, it's not really a demo, it was an episode of the larger RPG, and this is the second episode. And yeah, like I say, it takes place in the Sonic SAT-AM universe, so you're playing as Sonic, Sally, Bunny, Antoine's there, Tails is there, Rota's there, and yeah, it's basically, you know, taking place in Knothole and Robotropolis, and you're trying to infiltrate Robotropolis and hack into the mainframe and infect Robotnik's robots, and basically, you know, try and free up the world and take things back from the horrible dictator that is Robotnik, who is enslaving everybody in robots. So yeah, very much following the premise of the show, and yeah, it does a really good job of it. I think it's quite visually, you know, very much in keeping with the sort of, I don't know, grimdarky kind of look of the show. And yeah, the presentation's fantastic. I really like the fact that when you start the demo as well, it gives you sort of like a title card, like it's an episode of the show itself, which is a really fun little idea. Yeah, there's lots of neat little touches. When you're in Sonic's hut, you can, you know, play his guitar, and he plays the theme from the show. Yeah, it's honestly, if you like SAT-AM, it's a really nice little loving tribute to it, and I think they do a great job of it. Also, I think they do a really good job of differentiating the characters. When you basically team up and you've got, you know, Sonic, Sally and Bunny under your control, they've got individual abilities that sort of make them interesting to play as. Sonic can obviously speed around and you know, run really quickly through the areas. Bunny has the sort of extendy robotic arm, which you can use to grapple onto these little hooks that are kicking around the stage, which makes for some interesting stage traversal. And also Sally has use of a little handheld computer, Nicole, which means that you can hack into computers and yeah, you know, unlock things or you know, try and access different databases. It's yeah, very good use of the characters and their abilities. I think, you know, they've done a really good job of keeping it interesting, and each character has their own quirks, which is you know, makes them worth using, which is really good fun. The only thing I'd say with this is I don't know whether the crossover is you know, large enough for this to have that much of an appeal, because I feel like SAT-AM fans and also RPG fans is quite a niche little, you know, target market. So, you know, I like SAT-AM, but I'm not the biggest RPG guy, so this felt a little bit slow and arduous, and unfortunately not my cup of tea. The actual, like, action itself when you get into fights is turn-based, very much an old school, you know, Final Fantasy kind of feel to it. You take it in turns to hit each other, and you can use special abilities and skills, and you can use items and stuff, and obviously you get better gear and you can equip that to your characters. So yeah, very much a traditional RPG in that sense, and if you like that sort of thing, this basically does it very well. But for me, it's a little bit boring, unfortunately. It doesn't really you know, scratch an itch that I feel like I needed scratching, to be honest with you. But I do like the presentation. I think the writing's pretty good. I think they're very true to the show. I think it does a pretty good emulation of what the show's about and how it feels and what the writing's like. And yeah, if you like that sort of thing, then you're probably going to enjoy this, to be honest with you. It's just, I don't know whether RPG fans cross over with SAT-AM fans that heavily. So I could be wrong. Obviously there might be plenty of appeal here, and if this looks like it's up your alley, then please give this a go, because I think it's a very well built little thing, and like I say, I think the presentation's lovely, and I think the writing's really good. At least it's a good, you know, facsimile of what SAT-AM's about. But yeah, I'm not too sure if I enjoyed this myself, because unfortunately the sort of old school JRPG mechanics felt very dated, and it made the game feel very slow, and I just, you know, wasn't really enjoying myself, to be honest with you. It's an absolutely fine build. I think it works well. I think it is, you know, a great development, and I think if both of these things appeal to you, RPGs and SAT-AM, then you're going to have a good time with this, basically. But for me personally, don't think it quite hits the mark, because I'm just not that big of an RPG guy, and that's probably more of a failing of myself more than the actual game itself. So yeah, like I say, if you like the look of this and Sonic SATM and RPGs are your thing, give this a go. It's a really well built little thing. I think the presentation's lovely and I think the writing is spot on for the show. But yeah, if you're not into SATM or you're not into RPGs, then there's not really going to be a lot here for you.